All right, Kenman here, and today's unboxing is what I would call surprising, in a positive way. Kenman, there's no box on the table, just an interesting display and a hank. Well, that's right, it's right here. A little story time. I was on live. I do my live streams on Thursday night, 6 p.m. Central. If you're interested, go check it out. We have a lot of fun. But we were talking about a new knife that's in the knife community that's kind of a buzz that people are talking about. And I didn't really think much of it, but was persuaded during my live to pick one up. And so I said, okay, and I'll go grab one. They're inexpensive. We'll check it out. Look on the table here. Anybody have an idea what's in there? So I went to my local distributor of said knife, and they were out of stock. And lucky for me, in the Minneapolis metro area, there are several of these vendors. I'm trying to keep it secret for a minute, but yeah, it ain't gonna work, whatever. And they were out of stock at 4 different locations. And I was on EDCwithDBD's live stream. I will put a link down in the description of his channel. I'm going to go check him out. Give him a watch. Got some interesting, fun knife content over there. But he was doing a live stream, and we were talking about this knife and how I went to several locations to try to find one. And another YouTube channel, Madyocco, I will also link Madyocco's channel down in the description. Go check him out. He was like, well, you know what? I got a Walmart right down the street. I'm going to run over there and check it out. And so during EDCwithDBD's live stream, he left. And we're still sitting in the live stream kind of chatting about some stuff. And next thing you know, Madyocco pops back in. Oh, they had one. It was the display model. They let me have it. Kenman, I'm going to mail it to you tomorrow. And I'm like, what? Wait, what? And yeah, thanks to Madyocco, I was unable to get this, and we got one. Does everyone know what it is? Let's just open it up. Since it was the display model, it was already out of the package. Madyocco on YouTube, handmade. He made this hank right here. If you're interested in some hanks, does a nice job. The stitching looks really good. Nice front and back. Hit him up if you're interested in some hanks. But there it is, the Ozark Grail, Ozark Trail clutch lock. Here it is in all its glory in the house. It doesn't fit in my little display. Let's just put it right there. Bada bing, bada boom. Here is the package that it was in. Like I said, it was a display model. So I went to 4 different Walmarts in Minneapolis. They were all out of stock. Their knife department was full. All their shelf or their rows in the case were full. There was one peg that was empty. That was where these go. And they were completely out in many locations. I had an actual friend went to another one on the South Metro. Out of stock there as well. Went looked online, out of stock. This Ozark Trail is a grail. It is unattainable. You can't, like I said, I go online, you can't even get one. They're probably out of stock pretty much everywhere. I've looked into it. It looks like they will be getting some more in stock in October, but we'll see how that goes. But these are $10 knives. 7.5-inch folding knife, D2 high carbon steel blade, injection handle, slide lock is what they call it. But yeah, so this would have been the packaging. It had been in there. Out of the box demo model from Madyocco. Thanks for picking it up for me. $10, but man, okay. That's the one thing I noticed. I've kind of been messing around with it a little bit, and there's the spring in there. If you let go a little early, it kind of can sit right about there. That's all clutch locks. You got to get used to them. But look at this thing. There it is right there. Thumbs out really easy. Flicks out easy. Unbelievable. This thing, okay, so that means we throw all these away because we can just buy one of these for $10. None of these are $10. I think the least expensive one on the table right now would be the SOG Terminus at around $50. And everything goes up from there. Unbelievable though. I wasn't interested in it, like I said, because it's a $10 knife, and you know, I've been buying some cheapos here and there and kind of messing around with them, and you get what you pay for. And the crazy world that we live in today, I know it's not a crossbar style lock, but you can buy something like the Pyrite Lite for $30. This is a button lock, but for $30, you're getting better steel, really nice action, quality product from a quality company for $30. If you're going to buy yourself a tool that you want to use and have it be reliable, but you want to be on a budget, $30 is in that range. You get the standard Pyrite for about $45, which I would say is better than the light version personally. 45 bucks. $50, you get yourself a SOG Terminus. This was one of my main users for a while. Really fidgety. Whoops. Really fun action on it. Flipper tab, thumb studs. You've got that crossbar lock. Great user beater knife that you can just have that's just reliable, works well. I beat the hell out of this thing and it's in great shape. $50. You know, you can't go wrong. But $10. Look at that action. Flicks out. Just easy. That clutch lock is smooth. We got D2 steel. Got a hollow grind in there. Looks nice. We'll have to do some tests. Blade is solid. What? I mean, come on. I don't understand. Solid blade. Got a decent pull in. There's that little spring action in there with the clutch lock. It doesn't, you can't really torque it very well. It holds it in pretty solid. I would say if anything, I get that kind of spring. I'll try to make it happen, see, where you don't quite do it all the way and it'll kind of sit here, but you can also then pull it down just a little bit and get it to drop the rest of the way. So it's kind of more just becoming familiar with the tool, with the lock mechanism. I have a larger hand, and so with a crossbar style lock, I will pull down on that and push it into my palm. And I found the reason I don't like the Pyrite Lite is because that button lock, if I'm like this, look at how the blade actually just catches my palm right there. And so that's what I worry about with any of these axis style compression or clutch lock, axis lock, crossbar locks, that when I'm pulling down like that and pushing against my palm, if that blade were long enough and it were to be able to catch my palm right there, I've cut my palm a few times on that. That's more of a me problem than a knife problem. I have larger hands. Someone who has a smaller hand probably would never experience that or have a worry with that, but it's something I look for. No issues with that. Usually on these, if you look at all mine, the pocket clip is on the other side. As a lefty, I really like being able to grab that clip like this and then use that to kind of grab against when I'm doing that lock mechanism. This is the Lander 2, NAF's Lander 2. Excellent knife. This is a Kaiser clutch lock that they've used on the NAFs. But man, this thing is smooth, works great. But this is around $150, $160, right? One of my literal favorite knives of all time is this Kaiser. It's got the clutch lock, obviously, on the Kaisers. This is the Mini Towser K titanium frag, 154 cm, high quality materials, $100. Like I said, this is literally probably my favorite knife. I love the way it feels, the action on it. It's just great. And for $100, I can get this and just be extremely happy with it, know that it's a great user, and feel good about it. I can buy 10 of these for that. 10 of this knife. You look at this knife right here, there's that little spring back again. But man, the action just is great. The handle feels good. It's got a contour to it, and then this texture right on there feels nice. It's got a good size. This is a bug out killer. The bug out is, like I said, the Benchmade version of this. The one that a lot of these can be, or would say they're modeled after, or that company's version of the bug out. Wow. But the bug out's about $150. You buy 15 of these bad boys for that. I mean, again, your quality, your materials, your blade steels, how long the edge will retain its sharpness, how much you can beat on it, etc., etc. But wow, okay, what else do we got to go through here? The jimps feel nice. They're kind of sanded, like blasted, so they're a little smooth, so they're a little rounded over. I like it when they're a little bit rougher than that, but they're good. They feel like there's enough of them. They're in the right spot. Blade is centered nicely, as it should be. You enjoying this crazy unboxing? If so, hit the like button. Subscribe if you would like to see more. It does have that big lanyard hole right there. You cannot swap the clip to the other side, which I usually, if I'm going to generally buy a crossbar style lock and you can't swap that clip, I probably would not buy it. I really like to be able to grab that clip, but for $10, you know, I mean, we gotta try it out. It's worth trying out. Little jimps on this side right here, the same kind of rounded off. They're kind of smoother than I'd like them to be, but it's nice that they're there. It's a good size. I can get all four fingers on there and have a little bit on the end. I can even stretch out a little bit. This is solid, not quite full size. Good feel though. That's what's just crazy about this is way more than I would expect. This, I almost feel better about this in hand than the Pyrite Lite, which is $30. Like I said, I'm a Pyrite lover. I have many Pyrites. This Pyrite right here, Hijack the Video, one of my other favorite knives. But the Lite, just because the blade is a little longer, wow. I mean, why not just buy 3 of these and be able to beat the crap out of them? You know, it just depends. I will always still prefer, you know, my Kaiser Drop Bear. Look at that action. Feels great. Works good every time. Doesn't have that bounce out. Got a great clicky sound to it. Thanks to Kaiser. They actually sent this one to me. Much appreciative. But wow. Love this knife. Just because I got it for free doesn't mean I won't tell you what I think about it. But man, I really like that one. Might as well get out that biggest one that I got right here, the Microtech Standard Issue MSI. This is the axis lock on the highest level right there. Right? This is a cool knife. This one is one where it comes out. I could talk this knife a lot easier. And so it doesn't quite have that strength to pull it back in that I kind of prefer. And then you kind of have to swing it hard to kind of get her out. So the action on this isn't as great. Like $180. US made, sure. But $10, I could buy 18 of these. It's just silly. This knife is something else. That's what I will say. I want to do some tests on it. Maybe do some KDK mods. I like to do a lot of modifications, customizations on the channel. Maybe try to make it not look like an Ozark Trail Grail, and then hand it to some people and see what they think about it, not knowing what it is. But I don't know, other than removing it, I'd have to sandblast the blade. What I could do to it to kind of change it enough that people wouldn't recognize it. But I don't know, maybe without that writing on there and you just hand it to someone, that would be enough that they wouldn't. I don't know, comment below. What should I try to do? We could try to dye the scales. I could blast the blade, remove that, kind of change it up a little bit. But yeah, that could be fun. I am, like I said, thoroughly surprised. If you do see one of these at your Walmart, it's $10. I spent more on lunch than I spent. Well, actually, thank you to Madyocco for sending this. I didn't actually have to pay for this, but I mean, it's $10. My lunch was $12, you know. Am I living rich buying a $12 lunch? I could go get sushi and spend 30 or more, you know what I mean? But for $10, it's crazy the action. It's crazy the feel. I could do some size comparisons here, but I mean, it's literally, I do that next to the Pyrite. Hold on a second here. It's the same. They're the same size. This is the Bug Out Killer Pyrite size, Drop Bear size, standard crossbar lock, bug out killing machine, the Ozark Trail Grail. Who has one of these? What do they think about it? Comment below. Let me know, like I said, what you would consider doing as far as customizations, because I think we might mess around with that, take it apart, kind of see what this is all about, see how well it holds up. And yeah, color me surprised. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.